All right, Maddie, thank you. Well, just moments ago, the Fresno County Sheriff's Office finished holding a press conference with an update on the missing 22-year-old from Selma.
They say they just announced that the body of Jolissa Fuentes has been found. Action News reporter Nick Garcia has updates shared by the sheriff and Selma Police Chief. Nick.
Jason Graciela, just a heartbreaking update after more than 2 months of Jolissa Fuentes going missing. Again, first disappeared on August 7th, early that morning, or that Saturday night into the Sunday morning. And this is actually where she was found. This is north of Pine Flat Lake. Again, it's Maxon Road. Selma Police Chief Rudy Alcaraz actually took a drive up there himself. He felt compelled. He said he credited his faith for why he took the drive up to the Pine Flat area, knowing that Jolissa was missing, and he had promised the family he would do everything in his power to find her. Her family very thankful that he did do that. He went on a drive on his own and felt compelled to stop. He noticed some tire tracks that were very hard to see. Now, the vegetation in that area is very thick, and that's why investigators who previously visited may have missed that. Chief Alcaraz noticed that and gave the Sheriff's Department a call. They came with their drones and all of their technology and found a car matching the description that ended up being Jolissa's car, and a team was able to recover both the car and the body of Jolissa Fuentes. The family also speaking very thankful for the work that Chief Alcaraz and the Sheriff's Department did in finding Jolissa, but obviously very emotional, not the outcome anybody who's been following this case nationwide and really around the world wanted today, but at least there's some closure for the family. We now know where Jolissa Fuentes was, and her body is being returned to the family. Again, the CHP is now investigating to find out exactly what happened in that collision. It was very late at night. It was very dark. She'd been very tired, and that crash happened. It was a single vehicle crash as far as investigators can tell now, but a full investigation is being conducted by the CHP. We'll be expecting that update. But for now, that's the latest that we know. Of course, we'll have much more in our coverage later in later editions of Action News. For now, live from the Fresno County Sheriff's headquarters, I'm Nick Garcia. I'll send it back to you.
The missing person, Jolissa Fuentes, has been found in rural eastern Fresno County. This particular missing person case belongs to Selma Police Department. Up here on the dais, I have members of Jolissa's family as well as Chief Rudy Alcaraz of the Selma Police Department. And we'll start off with Chief Alcaraz talking about the case, recapping where it started, where it's gone since Jolissa went missing in August of this year. Chief Alcaraz.
Thank you, Sheriff. Good morning. Thank you all for being in attendance today. I first want to thank the Sheriff, the Sheriff's Department, Fresno Police Department, the FBI, Reedley Police Department, the Sanger Police Department, and all the numerous agencies throughout this nation that helped us follow up on tips and leads as we navigated this investigation. So just to recap, Ms. Fuentes was reported as a missing person on August 8, 2022. Her family was extremely concerned that she did not come back home. She wasn't answering her phone, which was very uncommon for Ms. Fuentes. Once they reported this case, that Ms. Fuentes was missing on August 8th, we began to write search warrants for cell phones, look at social media platforms in an attempt to locate Ms. Fuentes. After numerous search warrants and reviewing data over the last few months, we really did not see a lot of activity beyond the August 8th date. That being said, I would like to thank, and I absolutely have to acknowledge the great work that the Fuentes family did in getting information out about their daughter across this nation. It was absolutely phenomenal, their reach and their ability to get that kind of information out in such a short amount of time. The numerous people, citizens that volunteered of their own time with their own resources to go out and search for Ms. Fuentes was huge. Very impressive how the community came together to try to bring Ms. Fuentes home. With that, we again didn't have much digital data to go on beyond August 8th, and we're following up on leads again across this nation, none to the success that we were looking for. Yesterday, we went back out to the Pine Flat area and were able to locate evidence that Ms. Fuentes was involved in a traffic collision, and her vehicle went off the side of the road, up off of Trimmer Springs Road, what I would describe as the northern part of Pine Flat Lake. At that time, we were able to come back and reconnect with the sheriff's office and the search and rescue team, who then went out last night till at least midnight and rappelled down a 250-foot cliff to recover Ms. Fuentes. So, again, this was a joint effort by all of our law enforcement agencies. Our investigators did a phenomenal job of researching tons and tons of digital data, trying to locate Ms. Fuentes, and we wish that there was, we had better news and that it wasn't such a sad time right now, if you will. I wish that we could have brought Ms. Fuentes home healthy. However, it appears that she passed during this collision. No, this would be a single car accident.
This was an area that was searched a lot, that Pine Flat Lake area. Why wasn't it found previously?
So it was searched, and again, hats off to search and rescue. If you've been up there and you've walked and actually gotten out of your vehicle and looked at this area, you're talking about a vast amount of geography with heavy foliage, cliffs. Again, search and rescue was down 200 feet, and we couldn't even see them anymore, even with their flashlights. So they're down 200 feet, then they go down another cliff beyond that. There really were no remnants of the vehicle on the side of that hill where she was located. It was just a perfect storm. Someone couldn't try to hide a car better than that. It's just very unfortunate. And once we get pictures of that area, it'll be very evident how something can get lost up there very easily.
Do you feel like you hit a rock or something? Misguided your car?
You know, I would imagine that, you know, to speculate, I think she'd been up all night and just fell asleep and was tired and at the wrong place of the road in the bend, and it's just an unfortunate accident.
You know, I will say that the Highway Patrol is investigating the actual traffic accident, so they're recovering the car as well as investigating the area to see if they can come up with any additional information about the cause of the actual traffic accident. And I want to say something here. Chief Alcarez is a very humble man, and he won't say this about himself. He personally found the scene of the accident. He went up to the mountains yesterday on his own, researching areas that had already been searched, and on his own, he actually found the scene of the accident. I'll say, being a woman of faith, I think he was divinely channeled to that area, along with his police instinct. I think that it was meant to be that he be the one, because he's worked so very hard on this case for so long with the family, that he has literally put an end to the search for Jolissa. So hats off to Chief Alcarez. The city of Selma is very lucky to have him. His personal dedication, his police experience, and paying attention to his gut was really important on putting an end to this case. So with that, the family, I'll introduce Jolissa's father, Joe. He's here to speak on the behalf of the family.
Yes, my name is Joey Fuentes. I'm the father of Jolissa Fuentes. And first of all, I want to thank the community, not just the community, this whole nation. The cries and the war pain of my wife and my sisters and my family was heard around this whole country. They didn't stop. They were persistent. And when this first happened with my daughter, I talked to Chief Alcrez. I told him, man to man, I'm talking to you. Do you have a daughter? Do you have children? He told me, yes, I do, Joey. I go, I want you to go after my daughter like she's your daughter, Chief. And you know what he told me? He goes, I promise you, Joey. I promise you, I will find your daughter. At this time, we were hearing all kinds of stories. She was kidnapped, the cartels had her. There was so much stories out there, but he promised me he was going to find my daughter. He didn't tell me, he couldn't tell me when, but he was going to find her. And he was the one that found her. He was a man of his word. And he's a young chief in the city of Selma. He says he wants to change things around here. You know, it's a small town, but he wants to make a change for the better. And I thank God, he's my hero. He is my hero, you know, and I've known him for a while. But he was persistent, and his persistence paid off. Not only that, I know it was his love, and he went after her like it was hers. And once again, though, I thanked all the community. I even thanked the media. You kept my daughter out there. You kept her alive. We were her voice. And I'll forever love you guys for that. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So a little bit more about the area. That area is a good 60 miles, I would say, east of the city of Fresno, back up on Trimmer Springs Road. As you know, the Pine Flat kind of runs east and west, but the rivers come in at the very east end of Pine Flat Lake, and it's right there where the near Maxon Road and Trimmer Springs where the vehicle was found. And the chief was right. It was when we got the call, search and rescue, they used a total of 475 feet of rope to rappel. Not only did they have the initial ledge that they had to rappel off of, but they came to another ledge at the end of that. They had to rappel again down to where the vehicle was. You could not see it from the lake. You could not see it from the road. Chief Alcarez found what he thought was the place where the car went off. He couldn't see the car from where he was, but we did send out some drones and discover it in very close range with the drone able to see the vehicle. So very difficult terrain. However, we were able to bring Jolissa home last night. Now the coroner's office will conduct the positive identification, but there's little doubt that we have found her. So with that, are there any questions?
You said you went up there again yesterday. So
Chief, come on over.
What did you see? How did you pinpoint where she went down?
You know, our staff, we put an enormous amount of pressure on them. Their caseloads are huge. The search and rescue, I don't even know how many cases they've had this year. I've got a fresh set of eyes, a lot of police instinct, and a little bit of faith and prayer, and I just got lucky. And sometimes luck is all you need.